YouTube, welcome back to Nerd Media, and Daredevil Born Again releases tonight on Disney Plus. And unfortunately, my review won't be out tonight, it'll be out tomorrow. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about why I think Daredevil Season 3 is a perfect season of television and the best season of Daredevil and one of the best pieces of comic book and Marvel content that we've ever gotten. So we're going to be diving into all of those crazy statements in this video because this is a great season. So with all that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below if you have seen Daredevil Born Again or if you're excited for it to release tonight. And with all that being said, let's dive right into the video. So actually, funny enough, for Daredevil Season 3, this is actually an adaptation of the Born Again storyline that was written in the comics by Frank Miller. It's a really great story, and it is a story of Kingpin knowing Matt Murdock's second half and him being Daredevil, everything like that. So technically, we've already gotten the Born Again story. So for anybody who thinks that we're going to be getting that in Born Again, it's not going to happen. It's just a really good name and it's a really good reference to that comic book. But that's what the story was for this season, and I thought it was really well done because, obviously after the aftermath of Defenders, which I haven't watched yet, but I've seen, they kind of did some sort of a recap in season 3, and seeing that and seeing Matt all beat up and his senses are really down in the first part of the season, and seeing him make that homemade suit of Daredevil, which is my favorite suit for Daredevil. I mean, like it or hate it, that suit, the suit with the black mask that goes over his eyes and just the black all over him, it's great, and I just love it. And I'm really happy that that's kind of the main suit that they go for, and I think that is a really cool choice just to make Bullseye have the Daredevil suit the whole season and kind of go around as Daredevil, posing and doing things that he wouldn't normally do, and then have Matt Murdock be out there in the black suit, and I think that that is such a cool choice for the story, and it really kind of just is just awesome overall. And when this season starts out with Matt obviously being beat up and seeing Kingpin still in prison, it starts out in a very slow area, and to see how it evolves and how Kingpin's kind of became the kingpin of the prison and just how easy it would be for him to get out, which then he does, and then seeing Matt trying to get Kingpin, take him down again after he gets out. It's such a fascinating story, and the Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk argument and the kind of dynamic that those two have is one of the best for a hero and villain, and kind of seeing them go back and forth and stuff is really awesome, and I cannot wait to see that more in Born Again, because in the reviews that's one of the things that people have been highlighting as one of the best parts of it. So it's very exciting and I can't wait for that. But this season was just so good on so many levels. I also have to talk about how this season was so good at making a side character storyline just one of the most engaging on the overall show with Agent Deem. I loved that character, and I loved kind of the adventure of seeing him in the position that he was in and seeing him throughout that and how that affects the people around him. That was surprisingly one of my favorite parts of that season, and I think that that was just so well done. And I am still shocked to this day that I was so into a side character's story, and that just shows how well written everything was and how perfect they wanted to make this what they thought was going to be the final season of Daredevil ever. Obviously not true now, but they really went all out and they just crafted a really great side character story that I loved. We also have to talk about how great the action is in this season, because I feel like it's some of the most brutal that it's gotten in this season, especially with some of the fights, because there have been some crazy brutal fights in the previous two Daredevil seasons, and it looks like there's going to be some in Born Again, but there was some really great fights. You had some of the Bullseye fights that were just insane, because Bullseye, known for his accuracy and hitting every single thing that he throws, very insane. I just loved the fights that we got with him. I thought that they were so well done, and obviously the final fight with Matt and Fisk was really just crazy. And that whole fight is one of the best fights I think that are in that whole entire show, and it has some of the best, it's one of the best scenes of the whole show. I enjoy it so much, and there are so many highs in this season and in this show overall, but this season I can't seem to find any flaws with it. I think it is so well done, and then them adding the whole aspect of Matt's mom being one of the nuns at the church that he is in, like when he is like all like beat up and everything, I think added some very heavy emotional weight to the show, and it was very strange and crazy to reveal that. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that they were going to go there. And I thought that that was a very bold choice, and they pulled it off very well. And I think that it was just a very crazy thing that they did, that they pulled off very well. They didn't have to do it, but they did, and it worked. I mean, from the acting to the action to the storytelling and story development and character development to the closing up the whole entire Daredevil story in those 3 seasons, it all was done so perfectly. And I think that there couldn't have been a better way to go out for this show than what we got. Obviously, they aren't officially going out because Daredevil Born Again releases on Disney Plus tonight, but then they did think they were going out, and I think that if it had been left there, it would have been a perfect ending. And I just enjoyed it so much, but now we gotta embrace the future with Daredevil Born Again releasing on Disney Plus tonight. I cannot wait. It is going to be such a fun time. The reviews for this have been phenomenal, and I cannot wait for it to see the first 2 episodes tonight. With all that being said, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below how much you have enjoyed the Daredevil series, and let me know what you thought of Daredevil Born Again if you come to this video after that is released. But with all that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for my Daredevil Born Again episode 1 and 2 review tomorrow. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.